What happens when one of Hollywood's most dynamic actors decides to play not one, but two characters in the same film? Michael B. Jordan is back, and this time he's doubling the intensity in Ryan Coogler's latest masterpiece, Sinners, a genre-bending horror film set in the Jim Crow South that's already generating serious Oscar buzz. We've seen Jordan transform himself before, whether he's stepping into the boxing ring as Adonis Creed, bringing complex villainy to life as Eric Killmonger in Black Panther, or saving the world as a Marvel superhero. But nothing could prepare him for the challenge director Ryan Coogler threw his way this time. When Coogler pitched the idea of Jordan playing twin brothers Stack and Smoke, who open a backwoods honky-donk in the segregated South, Jordan's immediate reaction was pure shock mixed with excitement, saying, "I'ma do what?" Admitting he felt anxiety and nerves, but an equal amount of thrill at the prospect. The film isn't just a horror movie with vampires showing up to terrorize the community. It's a deeply personal exploration of history, family ties, and the African-American experience during one of the darkest periods in American history. To authentically portray characters from this era, Jordan dug deep into his own family roots, connecting with relatives on his mother's side who hailed from Hope, Arkansas, before migrating to Oakwood, a segregated black neighborhood in Los Angeles that's now known as Venice Beach. During filming, Jordan visited the First Baptist Church of Venice, one of the only remaining structures from that historic community, and while he never attended services there as a child since his family moved to New Jersey when he was a toddler, he could still feel the profound weight of his ancestors' struggles and triumphs. Explaining that churches were safe havens and places of prayer and refuge for black communities during segregation. This role forced Jordan to reflect on his remarkable journey in ways he never had before, from growing up as the son of a U.S. Marine veteran father and high school counselor mother, to becoming a child model and then a breakout star on landmark television shows like The Wire and Friday Night Lights while still in high school. Jordan made the bold decision not to attend college and instead moved to California to pursue acting full-time, a choice that paid off spectacularly when he landed his film breakout in Ryan Coogler's 2013 drama Fruitvale Station, beginning a creative partnership that would define both their careers. The physical and emotional transformation Jordan underwent for 2015's Creed, where he first learned to box and change his entire body, remains a part of his identity today, with boxing still being a regular practice for him. But it was his portrayal of Eric Killmonger in Black Panther that proved how deeply Jordan commits to his roles. So much so that he actually went to therapy to decompress from the character who tried to dethrone Chadwick Boseman's hero. Jordan openly discussed how the villainous character stuck with him in unhealthy ways, leading him to seek professional help to process the experience, and he's proud of that decision, believing that therapy is especially important for men and has helped to become a better communicator and more well-rounded person inside and out. At 38 years old, Jordan maintains an incredibly close relationship with his parents, even living with them well into his successful career, joking about the funny moments and great stories that came from being a night owl while his parents went to sleep early, though he eventually bought them their own house in the LA suburbs and fulfilled his childhood dream of retiring his parents so they wouldn't have to work anymore. But perhaps the most interesting part of Jordan's story is how he overcame the shadow of another famous Michael Jordan, admitting he was teased so much growing up while playing sports that he almost changed his name to Bakery Jordan, using his middle name, which means noble promise in Swahili. That teasing and the desire to establish his own identity fueled his competitive drive and his determination to be great at something, becoming part of the alchemy that made him who he is today. When asked if he's fulfilled that noble promise, Jordan confidently stated that he's walking in that purpose and will continue to do so, because they're just getting started, suggesting that despite all his accomplishments from Creed to Black Panther to now Sinners, he sees himself as still in the early chapters of what will be a legendary career. The film Sinners represents everything Jordan has been building toward, combining his acting prowess, his connection to history and family, and his willingness to take on seemingly impossible challenges like playing two distinct characters who interact with each other on screen, all while navigating the horror genre and telling an important story about the resilience of black communities in the face of systemic oppression and literal monsters. As the film streams on HBO Max and continues to dominate the Oscar conversation. It's clear that Michael Bakery Jordan isn't just living up to his name, he's creating a legacy that will stand entirely on its own, proving that sometimes the weight of a famous name can be transformed into the fuel that propels you toward greatness. And in Jordan's case, toward a level of artistic achievement that few actors ever reach.